Glycolysis is an important process in terms of evolution um, because when the Earth was first formed, there was very little oxygen available in the atmosphere. So glycolysis can occur without the presence of oxygen, and it would allow organisms to create ATP. So until about 2.7 billion years ago, early prokaryotes probably only used glycolysis to generate ATP, which would indicate that this is an ancient process. So catabolic pathways. Now if you remember, anabolic pathways build up and catabolic pathways break down. But catabolic pathways will funnel electrons from different kinds of organic molecules into cellular respiration. Glycolysis will accept a wide range of carbohydrates, not just glucose, and then also other macromolecules like proteins can be digested to amino acids, and amino groups can also be used in glycolysis or in the citric acid cycle to produce ATP. Fats are always digested to glycerol first and then used in glycolysis. So remember, our fats are made up of glycerol and fatty acids. So the fatty acids can generate acetyl-CoA, and glycerol can be used in lieu of glucose. So fatty acids get broken down by beta oxidation, and they yield acetyl-CoA. Remember that acetyl-CoA is the molecule that feeds the citric acid, the Krebs cycle or the citric acid cycle. So an oxidized gram of fat is going to produce more than twice as much ATP as an oxidized gram of a carbohydrate. So here's a diagram that shows you how proteins, carbs, and fats, at which stage they enter each cycle. And I thought it showed how many ATP, but it does not. But anyway, you can see here that proteins, carbohydrates, and fats can all enter the cycle at a different point. Anabolic pathways are sometimes referred to as biosynthesis, so bio, of course, meaning life, and synthesis meaning to build. So the body can use small molecules to build other substances that are larger, and sometimes these substances can come directly from food, or they can come from glycolysis, or they can come from the citric acid cycle. Cellular respiration, of course, is going to be regulated by feedback mechanisms. So feedback inhibition, which is the same thing we would have called a negative feedback method. Feedback inhibition is the most common mechanism for control. So if the ATP concentration within a cell gets too low, our rate of respiration will speed up. And if there's plenty of ATP, the rate of respiration will slow down. This is the same type of correlation that you have between your respiratory rate, your breathing, and your heart rate or your breathing. Remember, we talked about how your breathing will increase because you need more oxygen to fuel cellular respiration in your mitochondria. So the control of catabolism is based mainly on regulating the activities of enzymes at strategic points within the catabolic pathway. And that, my friends, is all there is to it. Now, how do I stop this thing? Not a clue. Ooh, Alt. Ooh. No, I don't want to go.